Dengan ini saya mohon izin untuk memindahkan ibu kota negara kita ke Pulau Kalimantan.
Jakarta sendiri sudah sangat padat, sangat macet. Tetapi Jakarta tetap akan terus kita perbaiki dan menjadi kota bisnis, kota pariwisata, kota ekonomi, dan Nusantara menjadi kota pemerintahan.
Indonesia is building a new capital from the ground up. But why? Home to 10 million people, Indonesia's capital Jakarta faces many problems.
Jakarta, which is the current capital city, is severely overcrowded. There's been a number of environmental reasons as well. There's issues with pollution, with flooding, and also the fact that Jakarta has been rapidly sinking for the past few years.
An estimated 40% of Jakarta lies below sea level, and flooding has become increasingly common. To deal with this threat, Widodo devised an audacious solution. He is moving the seat of power from the island of Java to the region of Kalimantan in Borneo.
Ada pertanyaan kenapa di Kaltim? Satu, risiko bencana minimal. Baik bencana banjir, gempa bumi, tsunami, kebakaran hutan, gunung berapi, dan tanah longsor. Yang kedua, lokasinya yang strategis, berada di tengah-tengah Indonesia. Yang ketiga, berdekatan dengan wilayah perkotaan yang sudah berkembang.
The new capital under construction is called Nusantara. Its first inhabitants are set to move in September 2024. But will it be ready in time?
Membandingkan dengan negara-negara lain itu butuh puluhan tahun gitu ya, proses pemindahan transisinya itu.
Simanjuntak is a civil servant. She agreed to relocate to Nusantara, but she doesn't know when she'll be moving.
Saya ditanya langsung sih secara lisan, tidak pernah ada nodin gitu, nota dinas maksudnya, atau surat ataupun undang untuk rapat dan sebagainya, nggak pernah. Tiba-tiba aja datang ke ruangan gitu, terus itu pun kondisinya informal gitu ya, pada saat istirahat ditanya-tanya gitu, saya mau deh gitu.
Nusantara is being built about 1,300 kilometers north of Jakarta. It is expected to be 4 times the size of Jakarta or twice the size of New York City. Simanjuntak decided moving there would be promising for her career.
Saya pernah dengar katanya dikasih semacam insentif, saya juga nggak tahu bentuknya seperti apa insentif yang dimaksud. Ada juga yang pernah saya dengar ada kenaikan pangkat seperti itu, ya kenaikan pangkat, tapi itu pun belum pernah secara resmi juga sih. Saya pernah dengar itu Bapak Menteri sendiri sih kayaknya yang menyampaikan, tapi lagi-lagi saya dapat infonya itu dari media.
The news so far hasn't been promising.
Infrastruktur di sana ya, saya kan nggak tahu ya. Yang saya dengar itu di sana itu sepertinya kayak terburu-buru gitu, kayak harus segera selesai. Jadi saya malah jadi khawatir infrastrukturnya takutnya nggak kuat gitu ya, atau tidak apa ya, tidak bagus lah gitu secara kualitas gitu ya. Ada yang bocor-bocor lah, atau airnya mampet, tidak ada air bahkan.
Simanjuntak is not alone in her concerns. Groups representing the indigenous people of Borneo oppose the move. They say relocation could threaten the environment and their culture.
bangunan warga, rumah-rumah warga yang di adendum diminta untuk meninggalkan tempat, sehingga ada konflik yang beberapa bulan terakhir ini yang menjadi konflik besar antara masyarakat adat dengan otorita ikan.
The Indigenous Peoples Alliance of Nusantara explained that tribes often lack the legal documents to prove they own the land. Those who can provide the paperwork have been offered compensation to relocate, but those who can't have reportedly received nothing.
Hanya memang ada informasi ada berapa yang dibayar dan jumlah bayarannya tidak memiliki standar yang jelas, dengan bayarannya dengan paksaan, tidak diberi keleluasan untuk negosiasi.
Some families have received as little as $3,000 in exchange for their eviction.
Bahkan lahan-lahan kami berkali terganggu, diambil secara paksa atau dibayar secara paksa, tidak sesuai. Itu. Tapi kami tidak menginginkan harga yang sesuai, kami inginnya itu tadi diingklap. Kami titik tidak mau dijual atau dibayar, ya. Dan kami dipindahkan ke daerah lain. Kami hanya berharap kepada pemerintah itu bisa memperhatikan hidup-hidup kami.
The Nusantara development has been controversial since it was first announced by Widodo in 2019 and supported by Prabowo Subianto, who was elected Indonesia's new president in 2024. The cost alone caused a stir.
It's supposed to cost around $32 billion. The lack of interest from foreign investors has kind of thrown this into some amounts of uncertainty.
As of January 2024, only $3 billion of the $32 billion budget has been financed. Jakarta has said that just 20% of the budget would come from Indonesia's own pockets, while private and foreign investments would cover the rest. So far, not a single country has committed funds, but some have shown interest, like Malaysia.
Itu kita ambil pendekatan yang positif, itu mencari jalan supaya pertumbuhan ibu kota negara Nusantara itu akan juga memberi manfaat kepada wilayah yang termasuk Sarawak dan Sabah.
Meanwhile, Taiwanese and mainland Chinese firms also have a vested interest.
Nusantara is planned to be a modern capital with smart city capabilities. Powered by renewable energy, engineered for electric autonomous transportation, connected through the Internet of Things. We see opportunities to put work here.
Chinese state-owned builder CITIC Construction has said it would help develop 60 residential towers in the new capital. But as of July, just months before the planned move, none of the funds has been secured.
Kalau ditanya kenapa belum ada investasi asing, desain kita itu adalah klaster pertama ini selesai, yang disebut dengan jalan utama ya, lingkaran 1. Sudah selesai, baru masuk investasi asingnya itu di lingkaran kedua, tahap kedua. Nah sekarang mereka belum bisa lakukan, kenapa? Karena infrastruktur untuk masuk di klaster pertama ini belum selesai 100%.
So what is the state of Nusantara's infrastructure? Widodo was supposed to inaugurate the new capital in August, but just 1 month before the planned ribbon cutting, he announced a delay, citing missed deadlines for critical infrastructure.
Airnya udah siap belum? Listriknya udah siap belum? Tempatnya udah siap belum? Kalau siap, pindah. Sudah, tapi belum. Sudah, tapi belum.
A few weeks later, Widodo stayed the night in his new office to see for himself.
Ini pekerjaan besar, menyangkut rentang waktu yang bisa 10 tahun, 15 tahun, 20 tahun. Ini bukan pekerjaan hanya setahun, 2 tahun. Banyak berpikir kita ini ngejar-ngejar. Enggak, kita juga ngejar-ngejar pekerjaan itu sesuai dengan progres yang ada, sesuai dengan rencana-rencana yang ada, tahapan 1 apa, nanti tahapan 2 apa, sudah sesuai dengan itu.
The area does not have access to clean water. Residents have been forced to buy bottled water for drinking and cooking. The country is working to build infrastructure like dams and installing groundwater pipes, but water quality remains a concern.
There has been some reporting around the differences in water quality between Jakarta and Kalimantan, and I guess in order to address this, they'll have to look into whether, I guess, the environmental factors will impede them from continuing here. I think it'll take, again, more time. In terms of messaging around this, it hasn't been very clear how they'll be able to achieve that same water quality.
The clock is ticking and the goals are lofty. Indonesia has pledged that Nusantara will be the world's first sustainable forest city and carbon neutral by 2045.
But here we end up with a city that needs to be following the contour, because we have this principle: we don't want to destroy the natural condition, minimum changes to the environment.
Berharap dengan keberadaan IKN ya, sesuai dengan janji pemerintah dan sesuai jargon pembangunan IKN bahwa pembangunan IKN itu Green Forest City. Ayo kita wujudkan di lapangan. Nah, sampai saat ini sebenarnya saya melihatnya itu baru sebatas narasi.
Ultimately, architects have mapped out a new parliament building, homes for civil servants, a grand mosque, and a presidential palace shaped as the mythical bird Garuda. In all its planned glory, Nusantara will one day be Indonesia's new capital. When that day will come is a question even the country's leaders have struggled to answer.